Well, hopefully that's doing okay. I'm both recording and going live at the exact same time. So hopefully that works. Now my phone's telling me I can open my Twitch dashboard. Of course I can. Have it to this, I'm gonna do that. Right. I've just got a few things to sort out on here. Like get the chat set up so I can actually read it. I like how I've got all this Twitch stuff set up. Yeah, I don't stream often. Let's actually see before I stream if anyone actually doing auto mode. Auto mode is now mobile. Yes, I know that. I thought it was there. Oh, Tommy K. Yeah, there's a lot of better streamers doing this than me. All I know is I'm not on the first page, which is absolutely fine. I know it's different for a streamer to say that, but not being on the front page is alright for me. But as the title says, we're playing the HOI4 Brotherhood of Nod mod. Now, the Brotherhood of Nod, Command and Conquer and all that, it's been heavy on my channel. And you see, I did a trial run of it, just to check out, see if it worked. It does work. I just see, the Brotherhood does not appear on here. Now, this is base game, not Road to 56. If it was Road to 56, it would have broken. I tried. I'm running a few extra mods in here with mainly just to make it easier. So I'm going to go other countries, select. Now, we're not in Europe. We don't start in Europe. We don't start over here or over here. Sadly, areas with rich industry or even in Asia. We are in the Middle East. We start in Syria and Cyprus. We're communist. We've got power struggles. That doesn't look good. Though we've got general staff. The German general staff. We're not German. Ideological fanaticism. That'll be pretty good because later on we get puppets, so we can create a faction. War support. There's in core territory. Militarism. That's actually decent. Political correctness. People who think correctly are harder to influence foreign power. That's actually pretty decent. Now we just want to make sure all these rules are good. We're not going to strengthen anyone because that won't strengthen us. Foreign policy, covert gameplay. Not touching any of that, nor are we touching AI behavior, and nor game setup. this is what we want to look at. Sweden is not Sweden. Switzerland is not getting any more councils. That broke it. That's all I can say. It really did break it. We've got the core with compliances plus mode on, just so we can have cores, because we're going to be taking over a lot of stuff. We're going to have a lot of manpower after we do the 3 focuses, but we're going to need more manpower to deal with it. Compliance requirement will be 80. Cost is 1 political power per 1,000 population, and you don't have to have a claim, which means the AI can also core your own territory. Iron Man mode off and historical AI focus is off, because we're not going to get it anyways, because we're in this. Let's bump up to regular. And let's... So it says down there it has all game rules allow achievements, and that's ticked. Yeah, not all the game rules allow it. So, Brotherhood, Kane, the Dictator. Don't know why we're communists, but let's get it started. Now, I have played this before. I've tested it out. It works perfectly fine. First time... Why am I getting stuff about V-bots and that? That's... Why? Makes no sense. Why would I V-bot something that is easier to do myself? Now the game might lag and crash, which is absolutely fine. Just means I've broken it. Demonetization! I keep forgetting to turn that off. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to the stations and turn off the saboteur. This is what we start with. We have no supply at all. We pretty much start off with 3 armies worth of troops. Let's just get them under let's get them under our Australian commanders. We want Morsley up top. We want Blamey to the south, and Winter to Iraq. Research. Now I should have turned off my dynamic research slots for this, as this mod really intends you on playing without it. Let's grab improved work conditions, because we're gonna need stability. One thing I noticed in this mod is your stability tanks a lot. So let's just sort all this out. We start off with these divisions, which are all right. Confessors are meant to be your police unit. Our Nod garrison is 29 wit. It's good for holding, but I might have to drop it down. The Nod strike force is a 30 wit mechanized unit. yeah, I didn't like these divisions, but I rolled with them, and they're actually pretty decent, as long as you can keep them stocked up. So what we're going to need first, a lot of civvies for the starter. And let's buff that infrastructure right up. And military. Start with none in production, so we want weapons, mechanized, support, truck, train, artillery, towed anti-air, towed anti-tank. I'll just reorganize this. Then we want, it's not in this one, to get rid of all of this, except for transport plane. Great War Tank, get rid of. Now we won't have any dock gears just yet. So we are making our mechanized and our weapons first. We're going to want 3 weapons, 2 on there, 2 on there, 3 on there, 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there. We want 2 on civilian trains because in the long run you will be bombed a lot because you won't build a big enough air force. But this is our tree. It's small. It's a small tree, but very, very powerful. Yeah, this is why we're not supposed to run the dynamic research slots, because it gives an extra 5. And I believe somewhere down here, or is it over here? Oh yeah, we just get we just annex Brazil and Egypt. No, and Yugoslavia. Over here, Brotherhood expands, reclaim the Cairo Temple, annex Egypt, annex Turkey, annex Iran and Iraq, annex Afghanistan, and build a bunch of infrastructure in them. So let's just start off with getting a bit of stability. Now, with the focus tree, once you choose a line you go down, you cannot switch away from it. It solely depends on you going through with it. So, in the name of King, you stay communist, which is fine. You get a bunch of territory right off the bat, and you become better. So again, the Tacitus Temple Prime. So you can move your capital to Sarajevo, which is good. But I recommend doing reclaim the Cairo Temple first before getting down to here, because otherwise you get the event Temple Bill, which then asks you to move your capital again. Legacy of Cabal, change popularity of democracy. So we turn democratic, and the missing person list expands, so we lose 4,000 manpower. Power shifts to Legion, so we remove power struggles, we gain 50% stability, and we gain 2 million manpower. All is quiet at command. Gets event, the Mark of Cain rise. These 2 are fun. But again, well, this one, so in the name of Cain, the Black Hand are fun. Legacy of Cabal, you're going to be sat there for quite a while. So if we go with a Black Hand, we become fascist. We annex Australia. And we get the event Australian Fortress, where we move our capital, I believe, to the outback. A Vow of Loyalty, which removes it, and a Deal with the Devils, where we join the Axis. The independent nod is by far the worst. An independent nod, so you become non-aligned, you arrest Cain, which gives you 50% stability and you lose power struggles. destroy the genocidal AI, where the democratic supporters start a civil war, and you become communist. And then peace at last, where you finish it, you gain up 800,000 manpower, 50 command power, and 50 base stability. But that leaves you in a weakened state. Whereas you can go in the name of Cain, get a bunch of territory, and over your slums, you puppet Colombia, Bolivia, Paraguay, Argentina, Chile, Peru, Ecuador, Venezuela, and Uruguay. Meaning a lot of countries' focus trees that deal with those countries are going to change. And they will also become communist. And then you obviously go to Sarajevo, and you get an annex war goal on the United Kingdom, United States, German Reich, Soviet Union, France, and the British Raj. But I believe if you wait long enough and the UK goes down its Power the King's party line or goes communist or fascist, whatever, and India breaks away, you can do this focus, you get pretty much a free country. But once we've done this, we're going to go down the history of Nod, which gives us a lot of bonuses for our doctrine. The MCVs, mobile construction vehicles, gives us 10 off-map military factories and 30 off-map civilian SAM sites, which gives us a bunch of anti-air. You see there where it says the Suez, Jordan, Istanbul, Baghdad, Cairo. This won't work. This one here won't work until you have done reclaim the Cairo Temple, because then you'll have most of the territory and go down to Nod infrastructure, then do SAM sites, and then reconstruct our stealth technology. Which, look at those bonuses. 100% artillery, 40% division attack on core territory, minus 8% for the enemy air support, division defense goes up by 50%. It's just overpowered. So we'll go down history of Nod to the MCVs. The Brotherhood expands. The Brotherhood's leadership, in the name of Cain, Sums of Rio, the Tacitus Temple Prime, and Min Peace through Power. My first run, I went straight to the Brotherhood's leadership, grabbed these, and then went down this, and then went down this tree. I wondered why a bunch of my territory didn't get its anti-air. So let's go on. We've only got these guys, so we're only going to be throwing in the Communist Revolutionary. But you're going to notice we don't have a lot of... we could pick 2 aircraft designers. But we don't have any military theorists or military high command. We will need to earn them in the field, which is pretty easy once you start going to wars. So let's start off. Good 7-day focus for now. And we will not be able to train infantry. Because we nearly got a million in our army right now. We're going to annex all of this. Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Turkey, Yugoslavia, Brazil, puppet all independent countries in South America. See, we could go up here, up through Mexico and into the United States. But then the world tension spikes. And then they join the Allies, and then you've got no army back here to defend your homeland. And trust me, it's quite easy to be capitulated in this. In my first try, I'm pretty sure I reloaded several times. as I capitulated so quick. So there's no point actually doing anti-air right now. We just want to focus on our civilian and infrastructure. We will switch to military once we get the chance to. One thing we will do is focus on getting war economy straight away, so that we have more fuel. Because our army is going to rely on fuel a lot. Especially because we have no technology at all for some reason. But we can get atomic research straight away. And we can get down to jet engines and I think guided missile 2. Or even guided missile 3. I'm not sure, but when I did it, I stopped this tree to get down to try and catch up on my industry. Right. Hopefully I don't fuck this one up. But then it's just keep your army on your borders. Don't trust anyone. Once you get your puppets, make a faction with them, and hope for the best. Because bear in mind, all these countries are still going to have their focus tree, except from Brazil. They get 8. And when you go to war with the Allies, America's going to ask you to hand over the territories. Say no. Even though they might declare war on you, say no, because you're giving up your cores. Because all of Brazil becomes your core, and when you defeat the United Kingdom, you're probably going to take other islands, and America's not going to like that. So they end up telling you, yeah, hand everything over in the America, hand everything in the Caribbean and South America over to them for protection. Say no, because you're going to lose out on a lot. What else happened? Well, other than a bunch of jank shit, I am just waiting for the King's Party to appear, which will be all good. And you also get cores on Bulgaria and Greece. You end up having to fight Romania. You can take out Bulgaria fine, but once you go after your cores in Greece, you need to take out Romania as well. And then you have to turn quickly to the Italians at this border, because you will instantly annex Zara. Albania has your core, has one of your claim. I think it's either cores. And the Soviet Union's one of your targets, so you can go after them straight away if you want to, because they're not going to be ready for a while. You have an army. This current army right now would absolutely destroy the Soviet Union, but they tend to go into civil war, which makes them weaker. And hopefully when this fucking finish. Oh, and we're going to have a massive disadvantage in supply. For as you see right now, our supply is crap. We need to upgrade our supply as best as we can. Italy's doing its thing in Ethiopia. I'd also highly recommend building railways up your coastline. And building naval bases right the way up. My reason being, supply is going to be bullshit. Until you can... Because in Yugoslavia, you want your capital to be in Sarajevo, Bosnia. Of which Bulgaria is going to be in the way, and so is Greece. So you're relying on convoys for your supply. And you're going to be doing a bunch of stuff in the Middle East before you can... unless you focus Bulgaria on that. But if you do everything too quickly, Greece tends to be guaranteed by the Allies. It actually had one weird outcome where Germany rallied the monarchists. They went through that tree and got guaranteed by both France, United Kingdom, and the United States. 3 democratic nations, well, I say that, 2 democratic nations and a communist one, guaranteed and non-aligned. The real gamer Lego, hello, welcome to the stream. But one of my main objectives right now is to try and control the Black Sea. Because, again, once we annex Turkey, push for Bulgaria, take Greece, that's the Aegean Sea taken. And now we'll need to take out Italy to get the Dodecanese Islands and Puglia, so we can control the Adriatic. We're gonna need Sicily so we can use that as a jumping point up to somewhere down here. We're gonna need to annex France very quickly. And we need to stretch through Italy to do that, because we're not going to be able to get through Germany unless Germany annexes Austria. And real game, how am I doing it? I'm doing alright. Could be better. It's cold in the UK, so again, could be better. But starting to warm up now. It's actually getting darker as it's getting to night time. How about yourself, mate? And all my generals are now getting ill. Let's realize this is a 56-day focus. That's a 14. That's a 42. That's a 70. That's a 70. That's a 70. That's 28. 70. 70. So there's a lot of 70-day ones here. The real gamer, thanks for the follow. That's me just getting it from my activity feed. So as you see, everyone in my army is not going to be able to get their stuff up, and you can see some of my division will start to lose strength. Right, so I've got mod on that allows me to choose any tree, and as you see, there's no left or right option here. Right, we're going to want to spend as much of this as possible. Which will get us down to there. Almost finished. Navy, we're gonna finish the fleet and beam tree, then go to trade interdiction, then base strike. But you're gonna get that for the Navy. Land doctrine, your firepower, as always. Now you want to go down. I normally go down to at least down to shock and awe before I choose my next selection, which will probably be disperse. Okay, so that boosts recovery rate, and then overwhelming firepower gets coordination. that leaves you 20 army experience. I recommend spending that on improving your confessors, especially in this mod, because you are going to need them. Bring them up to 20 wit, which will give you a suppression of 20. Though I highly recommend that you don't try and overextend. Start a war, finish a war. Relax. Because World War II is going to be happening at the exact same time. People are going to want to join your faction, and or join factions that fight against you. If the world tension is too high, wait. If one faction is about to win, declare war on that winning faction. That way you can attack them straight away. But it looks like Germany's doing historical. So once I take Yugoslavia, I can move my army over, and I might be able to take Germany, which will offset the world balance straight away. Because by the time Germany goes to war, annexes Austria, they've normally gone and done their industrial tree, and they'll have a bunch of factories I could take. And once we've got the non-MCV tech, non-MCV focus done, all of this should be built up very, very quickly. But one thing in this game I do not recommend skipping out for research. Once you have a lot of research slots, get down to keep on top of your research and your industry, your infantry equipment, support, and artillery. Navy, as you see, we got none. And Air Force, we got none. I'm playing as US and take care of the gens, just gotta take care of the Japanese. Yeah, normally when you take Okinawa, you should be able to drop a bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and they should surrender and turn into supervised state. I think I haven't properly played a proper democratic USA yet. I've always turned them fascist to go and pretty much try and do I was pretty much trying to do a conquest of Canada, Mexico, and all America. Fortify it up, have all my divisions protecting it, then declare war on Europe, Africa, and Asia. I see if they could break the line. And I did it on fascists because Road of 56 fascists are overpowered. Now, one of the things that happened in my trial game was Ethiopia asked me for a host, which I didn't know could happen, because I was more concentrated on seeing what the mod had and what it could do. But most of the focus, this is pretty much meant to be a power fantasy, sort of like the old version of the Unification Wars mod, where I should actually do a stream/video of Unification Wars, but I'd have to completely redo it. Let's grab that. Don't want to go out to war economy just yet, because we will tank in war support and stability very, very quickly. And I would much rather get my technology set up. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so they went through a fascist civil war. To be fair, I've never actually seen this go out good, because the government of Ethiopia always seems to try and go to war with everybody else. But again, that's just my game. I don't know if anyone else has had anything different. I'm pausing. Reason being, because my factories are now shot up to 47. I've gained a research slot. That's fine. I'm going to stick this in the slot. And on the light LMGs. Now again, this gave us 10 off map military factories and 30 off map civilian. So if we do capitulate, we've still got factories. We can still produce stuff. But we're going to go down. The Brotherhood expands. We won't have manpower for a while, but what we do want to do, set up an agency, because collaboration governments is going to be our best friend here. No difficult to pull off due to our crap infrastructure. But now we're producing somewhat a lot of gear. Just kind of drop back on the factories, just try and get everything produced. Back one off train. As you see, we will have a massive deficit in a lot of gear. Because we don't have a lot of supply. But our supply problems are being fixed. Slowly. But they're being fixed. Now, these guys do have attrition, but they're not suffering attrition. Where a lot of these guys, when they receive their new weapons, their veterancy is going to go down. Where the Nod garrisons, this division will, because it's going to need a lot of stuff. The Nod strike force will definitely lose veterancy. Whereas what I tend to do, I tend to train up some confessors to fill them out. So 3 lots of 4 confessors, and then I sent them to 8 Nod garrisons and 4 Nod strike forces. Though one of the things I have seen turn out was I ate up all my land. And Sweden declares war on China, which then China joins the Comintern when the Comintern is already fighting China. They white peaced, joined the Comintern to fight Sweden. Sweden was in an alliance with Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Finland, and Norway. Normally they have Denmark, but Denmark decided to go communist. So they're fighting against them. Spain, for some reason, stayed in their civil war till 1942, when the game crashed. South America kind of became vassalized because I built a bunch of infrastructure, which I highly recommend, and just sending convoys to them. Because you want to try and annex all of South America. If you can do all that, you'll be able to wipe up France, and the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom from here. Sorted. Push it up. Past Honduras, Mexico, sit on the border with the United States. The United States will only ask for the islands and territories. I believe when it's one of these islands and one of these territories. But I think once you get close and you're peaceful, you have no war going on, they ask for it. Want to go disperse? Well, we can choose both, but disperse right now. Now we wait. Now we will be low on resources quite a lot, because as you see, we need oil. We have done. Our maximum consumption is 217 or 271, and we don't have that. I'm gonna grab the anti-partisan stuff just so I can get rid of partisans a bit quicker. Soon as this war is over, it'll give us a bit of an edge. As long as this Ethiopia doesn't join the Allies, we should be fine. And as long as this Estonia doesn't declare war on fucking Denmark for Iceland for some reason, we're all good. I kind of wish I recorded that one because that was stupid. Estonia declared war on Denmark so they could have Iceland, which they lost straight away to Ireland. Because Chaos AI never seems to upset me. And again, most of us is just waiting. And waiting. And waiting. But once we start taking territory, you're going to find the game starts to freeze up a bit. Is that a perfect way of saying it? Or just flat out looks like it's about to crash? Who the fuck is Jonas Wilson? I don't think I know anyone called Jonas Wilson that is related to the Brotherhood, unless that's just a random name game code. Now, one thing we need to be careful of is when we go to fight Germany, France might piggyback off us and capitulate them. Since the German AI, when it is dying, it tends to go mental and start declaring wars left, right, center, which we don't want. We want to try and get rid of them as fast as we can, where our North Strike Force will hopefully allow us to knock them out. I could use the Volksstreich command in the console to do this, but it's best just to let it run. Because when you fuck with shit, it's gonna break. And I wish the world tension was a little bit higher. Because right now, it's quiet. A bit too quiet, but it's quiet. Now, one thing we do have to be careful with is, pretty sure the United Kingdom will gain a, what do you call it? A war goal on us. Because I believe one of their focuses is to reclaim the empire. At least in Road 56, oh, they're doing a change in course. What I said earlier about getting an easy annexation on India. Looks very, very likely. Now, we need. Let's hope they do the King's Party. Because if they do the King's Party, they can go down, readdress continental commitments, and isolate the Mediterranean threat. And then do an alliance with. And then join the Axis. Brotherhood expands. Let's quickly do that. Hit our next focus to eat Egypt. Grab the communist revolution. I know it looks. I know there's nothing there because we haven't picked anything. It's like this mod is hard coded to keep us at 0. But you see the popularity is going up and up. I need to be careful, just in case it breaks. So after I take the Cairo temple, I am going to do Brotherhood's leadership and in the name of Cain. Because 8%, unlike these ones where it gives us 100. And once we do get this, we remove power struggle straight away, making it cheaper to do everything. Hence why I'm holding off this, because 187 right now will drop down to 150, which is cheaper. And obviously 562 for service by requirement. We'll probably end up just going up to extensive, because we get, I think it's 14 million? 14.6 million manpower once we've annexed everything. And it's all core, so we don't have to deal with garrisoning it. Let's see. So a change in course. They're sending stuff out to their puppets, which is normal for them. But you see that little bit of grey on there? Okay, Spain. Non-aligned is normally down at 0. It's normally communist and fascism that goes up. And look at that. Non-aligned is going up. Because they're going down. Are you going? If they turn communist, I might be able to get them into my faction. Although it doesn't look like it. It looks like they. I mean, the British Union of Fascists has more popularity, but if they do the support the King's Party, they'll get more non-aligned. You can't force them into my faction. And they might join Soviets if they go communist as well. Right, we're gonna want to get. Ignore this now. Keep up our industry and electronics for now. But our divisions are perfect. really hurting. So they're hurting to the point where we might lose some divisions to attrition, but what can we do about it? As I kick my table. Let's see. Right. We're still waiting for this focus. 70-day ones are going to be the longest by far. Again, it gives us core on all of Egypt, Jordan, Palestine, and gives us a bunch of factories that are being built here. Which is 2, 2, 0, 0, 1, and 1. 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Oh no, that's 1 here. And 1. Now we also have to be careful that Italy doesn't fucking fall. Because if Italy falls to the Allies, we're going to have a large Allied border here. Now we want to try and knock Italy out as fast as possible and get some desert troops set up. Because we're going to be fighting over here in Africa for quite a bit. We also have to get over here and get annex British Raj. But one of the funniest things of one of our focuses, we take these states. We pretty much take Pakistan as well. I wish we take Bangladesh, East Bengal, but you can only get so much. Let's keep doing up our agents here as we go. Might have to be that we save up and go straight to war economy anyways. Which will suck, but that we can do. And we're not even training troops, and we're losing weapons per day. Because that number's not going to go down. It's only going up. So we are going to need more factories put into weapons. Bit more into sport. Bit more into all the stuff that are mechanized. Where we're going to run a lot. We're not going to have any steel, tungsten, or rubber for a while.
because this isn't Road to 56, we can't build steel mills or aluminium mills, so we're going to be a bit stuck now. But we just need to be careful that we don't lose any divisions to attrition, which I hope we doesn't happen. So it might be, but I need to go and research logistic companies. But then again, once we get our Cato and Sarajevo, we're going to lose a lot of supply in the Middle East until we can hook up our territory through Turkey, Bulgaria, and Greece. One thing I do also need to watch out for: the Germans will be coming after southern North Slovenia and these territories. For the Brotherhood, well, we've just ate Egypt peacefully. Let's go and grab the leadership to fix our stuff. And there we go, we're on volunteer only, we've got 1.69 mil. You guys are going to move down here. You are going to move Saudi Arabia, the Saudi Arabian border. And I am going to make sure I'm connected. And upgrade all my supply lines. Again, yeah, there's a river here, but none of our stuff is getting any bonuses to that river. So we're going to be focusing mainly on making sure we've got proper train networks. I'm just going to preempt building supply hubs. And I'm going to build 2 up here. Each with their own supply line. Now, the reason being, that means if I lose a supply hub there, it's not actually connected to the enemies, because I don't think Italy has any trains over here. No, they don't. Which is fine. Turkey will be connected straight away. Up to here, Bulgaria will not, so I have to attach there. Which I would also have to attach Greece, which Greece will connect up to Yugoslavia. Romania will also connect up. So will Italy, Hungary, and Austria, which Austria and Germany will hook up there anyways. Make sure they're nice and separate, so they're going to their own divisions. Bear in mind, this is going to eat up a lot of infantry equipment. Infantry equipment we do not have. So again, while playing this mod, be careful. You can and you will lose troops to attrition. Ones that have been force deployed, when they're moving, they could take a tick of damage and be destroyed immediately. We won't have to deal with supply problems once we own the Mediterranean, which we have to take out Italy, France, whatever. Spain becomes Greece, Albania, Turkey, and the United Kingdom. Meaning war with the Axis, possibly. War with the Allies. And a possible war with Comintern. Because, again, this Spain becomes a puppet straight away. And National Spain doesn't. So if Nationalist Spain wins this one, which they tend not to do quite well, or even Spanish Directory, they tend not to win at all. It's always been communists or non-aligned that's won. Then we'll be able to take them out ourselves. But if they go communist, we will have to manually go for it. We'll have to take out the Soviet Union, so they'll get called in, then we can take out the Soviet Union straight away. War economy. Get that lovely, lovely fuel. And factories back. We also want to improve states that we have just got. Again, this is early game, so I'm not going to be in any wars right now. So what we will do is start our navy build up. Brazil's having a royal wedding, it won't matter because I'm going to be annexing you soon. So once in the name of king is done, we'll go back to the Turkish resource area. We'll control the oil trade, grab the infrastructure, go to SAM sites, slums of Rio, the Tacitus, Temple Prime, though I might grab the Turkish resource area, then go for Temple Prime. Move my capital up that way. I won't grab Peace Through Power yet. Yeah, it gives me 2 million manpower that we need to we need to get down to here, which is an 8-year ahead of time penalty reduction for nuclear technology. Rockets of Nord, 4 times 6-year ahead time penalty for rocket technology and jet technology. One problem with that. We can get jet engines, but we won't be able to get any modern airframes till 1945 pretty much. But we pretty much want to try and be as invincible as possible in our submissive attacks. 1.4 mil. Over 1 million in the army. We want to grab the small arms company, as we will be going. We're going to attempt to get up to either here, if we can. Slow down our synthetic oil so we can start getting rubber and oil for ourselves, because The Iraqi and Iranian oil is going to be alright, but it's not going to sustain us. Yeah, we'll be bringing in a lot of oil, but some of that's going to be traded away. Yeah, we could go down to a limited export or a closed economy, but we're going to need the factories from trade, if that makes sense. I mean, our army's somewhat getting back together. Look how low, 31%, 30%. That's not good. That is not good at all. It's a sucky start, but we're just gotta deal with it. Yeah, what we also want to do is expand our air coverage. The more our air coverage can get to, the better. As well as, yeah, we could do the SAM site one, but while we're doing that way, it will set it to level 5 anyways, so if we get some of it built, we don't have to worry about it. We're pretty much trying to future-proof ourselves, just in case we are unable to do that focus right then and there. The Dominions break with the crown. They are doing the King's Party. Yep. Government has fallen. The only one staying with them is British Malaya because they're integrated. Which means India is free for the taking. Because they don't join the Commonwealth. If I'm not wrong, Australia leaves it. And normally goes and does ANZUS. So it normally leaves Canada and South Africa in it. The Nationalists are holding. But they're losing the junta military support. So they're non-aligned. But they've got more fascist support. So that, yeah, it might go 4-way. Because if I'm not wrong, the anarchists appear when you've got too high of a non-aligned support for communists, and then obviously the Carlists rise up when you've got too much fascist for nationalist Spain, and they don't feel like they've got a fair share. Let's grab our main intelligence. Again, we want to keep going at our research. So once In the Name of Cain is done, we get our massive support of communists. Like it says communist 100%. Yeah, our popularity is 15.4. I find that quite funny. Though I'm pretty sure if anyone started boosting popularity in our country, we might flip immediately if they can get it up high enough. And what I'm probably going to do is edit this up, set markers in my editing software for every 10 minutes, and have it make 10-minute long videos. I can just upload to YouTube quickly in separate parts. Oh, in the name of Cain, I'm gonna grab. Let's grab that straight away. We'll get a bunch of puppets, which will send us a bunch of gear. And because we don't have the political struggles anymore, maybe click the right button. It's only 300 to get extensive, and I can go down to limited if need be. That might be a thing when I go to war, get down to closed economy. Alright, so you can't go to closed economy. Just shows that I don't use the trading laws. Let's see. Anything in the world happening? Other than the Spanish Civil War, can I send volunteers? I can't. Right, here's what I'm gonna do. These three. Roll them under horse. We're gonna go fight. No, not on their side. On these guys' side. I'm gonna send 3 of them. Let's see, Moore's head is ill. Again, now I can do it until I fix my supply. Right, let's grab concentrate so we get more factories to stay. So when they arrive, we'll probably focus on the southern front, and then divert up to the top. Now, National Spain does have support for the African colonies, but again, that's not a lot of manpower. 755k, 21k, 11. Oh no, they have a split down here. Equatorial Guinea, which is 180. I mean, if we went through Australia, we'd have a capital somewhere. Oh no, there we go. There's Ayers Rock, the new city in Australia, Ayers Rock, where we would go if we went Black Hand. I'll probably do a Black Hand run to see it. I'll probably do a Cabal run, and I'm not doing the Civil War run because I can't be asked for Civil Wars. Yes. Right, straight down here. Again, I'm not going to get much because these guys are already veterans. But they're going to be decent enough that they're not going to die immediately. Not slow, that's fine. One kilometer now. Oh, normally they're 4 kilometers, right? This will hopefully get me some military army XP where I can sort out tanks. Because I need. I'm gonna grab some light tanks for the non-light tank, mediums for the scorpions, heavies for just some breakthrough. We use flamethrower tanks. Oh. That's not good. Italy versus the Italian Union, which are communists, which are probably going to get supported from... No, it says they have volunteers from the Italian Union. Well, Italy kept the puppet. Which means those volunteers are going to get called back straight away. But the communists are probably going to join the Comintern, which means once I go for Italy, I'm going to have to fight the Soviet Union. Which... meant to be a big division that's meant to represent the normal nod infantry divisions. With the anti-tank being the rockets, their anti-air also being the rockets, and the artillery being not great or whatever. I'm not complaining with it. It's a big division that can just throw about. And it's going to be expensive for a place anyway, so fuck that. Very fast. Okay. See, this is where I normally play Road to 56. It's easier to move because tanks are so much cheaper now. So much better to do. Because infantry suck, especially because they volunteers are so far away from the battle.
about to. First attack. Hit this tile. And these tiles here. The map cards, which is only 4. That'd be the 2 ports for the nationalists taken out. So they'd have to choose how many troops they've got here. The only thing is they've got these 2. Well, I'm not running nationalists, also have the majority of people. Though I have seen the nationalists come out a bit from this sort of deployment. 10 hours, and they'll arrive. Again, our divisions are really good. Anti-tank and food. Yeah, we've got a lot here. Let's see if we can push. It doesn't matter. It is superiority, but the entrenchment. Now with the mountain, they're going to be unmovable. Let alone I have no freaking supply. Yeah, this stuff. Here. For some reason, this Soviet division ain't doing shit. And it's actually better. It's slipping out years. Again, my guys are good at the defense. It's better just to encircle. If you're sending volunteers, try and encircle everybody. That's why I ran into the dead. We now have Brazil. we go. What we will need to do is stop our infrastructure. Yeah, because again, it's South America. The infrastructure's so bad. They ain't boosted. Then we're going to start with Paraguay, down into Argentina. Uruguay, Chile, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, and then Venezuela. And hopefully all that can get built before a certain democratic state or country starts declaring war on them. Though they've done the New Deal. So they're going to be a little bit stronger. A little bit too strong. Once we take Yugoslavia, we should get a bunch more factories and be in a decent position. F4Bs, which I believe are American Navy carrier fighters. We're not going to use them. For when we build our Navy, we will design our own carrier fighters. For we do not need their ones. We will take what we need. Now we have a lot of manpower, yes, but we don't have the production. So we still need to be careful about what we actually have. Now again, we're playing the Brotherhood of Nod in a World War II simulator where Tiberium doesn't exist. So I know the Brotherhood of Nod knows everything about most of the stuff about Tiberium, should I say, from the Tacitus. But again, think what would happen if there was Tiberium in World War II and the Brotherhood was there. What if we were in their timeline? We'd be screwed. How are we doing over here? We've been encircled. Great. 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 That is not what I wanted. I would much rather not lose these divisions, as they're rather expensive to replace and train. Oh, there we go. Regional Defense Council. The anarchists have arrived. And yep, split off of the communists.
Epsteinish repression. Now, if I'm not wrong, they should. The National Spain should lose Burgos, Navarra, and Western Aragon to the Royalists. I say Royalists, they're not Royalists, they are the non-aligned, the other non-aligned faction. Because for some reason you can't have a democratic, you can't have a democratic Spain apparently. You can only go communist, non-aligned, or fascist. And again, why would you want to go democratic anyway? Winning, but not exactly very good. Tiny becomes that division in there. Circle. And I. Yeah, they've got 8 10, but it's the attrition. Still. Look at Portugal up at the top left, just sat there exercising, watching battles. They've pretty much got history TV right over the border. They normally have their civil wars. There we go, unstable republic. Portugal, you are really fucked. Take this tile and push this to the other side. So it's only 2 tiles here. So that we are holding this river and forcing them back. Ooh. They had no use of this. Anarchist there. Walked in. How are we doing back home? Absolutely nothing. The Saudi Arabians have come to the border. No idea why though. I'm not threatening them. That one I don't know what they're gonna do. They've got a little bit of ethos.
basically avoiding neutrality or interventionism. Though they have their military factories. Which means we're gonna get down to where we fight. If they go neutral foreign policy and deterrence, and they do why we fight, we gain 10% stability, 10% war support, but they can't create factions. And there's Pakistan versus India. Guess what, Pakistan? I'm coming for you, motherfucker. You can see the states that Pakistan owns. Like Kashmir is one of the ones they own. So all this land that Pakistan owns right now, like their core, was part of me. Except from East Bengal. I sadly don't get it. Afghanistan, Iraq, and Iran becomes part of me. So does Turkey, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Greece. I think that's all the cores we get. I don't know what cores we do actually get. It just sucks that the only fighters we were able to get were freaking coyotes. Can't even give them those blind either. I know speeding up the game can make divisions do weird shit, but this guy's fighting that many battles, he doesn't know what to do. Alright, because I'm yeah. Split that guy off to hold and send him down to that. Send these two down to this port. And have that guy go down to there. Oh my god, what the hell is happening up here? Now he's calmed down. Nope. I have no idea what's happening. Yes, Turkey declaring war on the Soviets while in the Allied faction. I wish I could. Oh yeah, Turkey declared war on the Soviets? Oh, that's it. That really does suck. There we go. Our capital is now in Bosnia, Sarajevo. That honestly does suck. And you're playing as America, so your hot point would be Alaska. You would have to get troops down here over to Alaska very quickly. Either take this peninsula and then jump over to the mainland, or use this island you got down. Use Atu Island. Have a unit naval invade this island, and then land down here. And then move up. And as you move, I recommend building naval bases right up So I highly recommend building naval bases up here, because you're gonna run out of supply as soon as you hit up here. But again, you're gonna be at war with the common towns. You've got Mongolia and that to deal with, which in itself sucks. But again, that's what I would do if I was fighting the Soviet Union as Americans. I would naval invade this side and just push, because Turkey will end up being absolutely destroyed. You've defeated the Germans, so that means the Iron Curtain's there, which means you're then trying to push over that, which is going to end up being a stalemate. I'm guessing Finland ended up giving over the territory. Yeah. That's good. They're holding back pretty good. That's really good. If you can hit off that invasion, I'm pretty sure you'd find like Australia and that would be able to aid in it. As long as you don't let Australia take any of the land, because otherwise you're gonna have no supply and you won't be able to build your navy and naval bases. Because even if you take this, set up a naval base, you can then say invade North Shackleton Island, and then you can use this little crossing here as a way of filtering in allies. It went stalemate immediately. That's pretty good. Having to hold half of Europe, which is pretty decent. Again, I've just annexed Yugoslavia. But if you push along to there, that's going to draw more forces from over here to try and stop you from pushing, which then should break the stalemate and allow your allies to push towards Moscow. But I do recommend doing trying to get the NATO focus done, because that way you've got a bit of more say in the peace deal, of which then you liberate all the individual Soviet republics, and then puppet and set the Soviet Union as a supervised state, which should turn them into the Russian Federation. And then you've dissolved the Soviet Union before 1990. We got some Icarus K2s, which was probably from the Soviet Union. Right, what I'm gonna do, move this guy over to here. Lamey, you're gonna move over to here. And Winter, you're gonna stay there until Turkey is annexed. Then you're gonna move up to here to take Bulgaria. I'm gonna take Greece and Romania. Romania tends to stick in a little bit longer. I'm gonna unpause, let it run again. Hindenburg disaster. Oh no. This one division has successfully knocked out the so it's like communist Spain is not gonna last, but it's getting me army experience, so hope. No, it's not got a location set. Oh, aye, because they have to be set out here now. Now these guys will take their time training. In Alaska, it was good thinking about a lot of trade ports and railways then. Yeah. It's probably what I yeah, it is actually what I did when I played USA. I made sure Alaska was a full of trade ports because I didn't know what to do with it. How have I lost so many convoys? Because I'm transferring troops. Yeah, it's good to. Yeah, invading from Alaska, the Russians normally don't have anything on this side. Unless it's defending Vladivostok. Vladivostok or this port here. That's normally where they've got troops. And possibly this island. That's probably their only troops that are going to be there. But if they've got stuff stationed all along Manchukuo's border, or if you're far enough that China was able to beat them, and the Chinese Civil War has been going on, you should see an immediate like as soon as your troops land, you'll have, I'd say, 15 seconds to grab as much land as you can and pretty much hold the line till you can get a naval base set up and some forts, because you're gonna need to hold, say, 2 minutes. That should give enough time for Soviet troops to finally get over here for you to contest. So if you hold, or even try and make it to the Manchu border, cut off Vladivostok, that cuts off the full Pacific Fleet. Because Vladivostok is the only biggest navy base they've got that can hold their Pacific Fleet. With 8, well, this one is A1. So pretty much land over here. Oh, there goes this guy with Spain. And just push for land and try and take Vladivostok. That should starve off the Russians here, so you can wipe them up. But in my games, I've never actually seen Turkey's never declared war on the Soviets in my game, so that's a new one for me, I do have to say. Oh no. Looks like nationalist Spain is going to lose because Carlos Spain has taken over their home area. Which means the Spanish nationalist Spain has not become Spanish directory. How are you turning communist? That is a lot of enemy division. If I see anarchist Spain win, I might be annoyed. Go ahead and grab me.
We're gonna grab medium and light. So we are getting decent upgrades for that. So let's get the Turkish resource area. We'll get a lot of resources. Again, Cyprus is ours. I kind of want to see how the United Kingdom's doing on its. Ooh, escalator clause. Which means somebody's withdrawn from the naval treaties. Ooh. That's not good. Only things I can't actually see who withdraws from it. You've got that. America, have you withdrawn from it? No. Japan? It was Japan. Because you've strengthened the army. Normally, Japan strengthens the navy. Right. It's 1937. We need to advance down the tree a bit more. But what I'll do, I'll try and get to the end of the focus tree. So control the trade, nod infrastructure, SAM sites, reconstruct our stealth technology, and then we'll go for, and then I'll end the stream there. And then the next stream for this will be doing peace through power, and then going down this tree, or we'll probably end up going down the this tree once we get back, and then doing peace through power, where that way it will allow us to go for a bit more powerful nod, so that we're going into the war a bit stronger. Again, it's 70 days for most of these focuses, so it will be a long waiting game, especially for 2 hours. I've been streaming. Surprisingly, zero drop frames, which is pretty good. Normally, when I've streamed, I've dropped a few, but it seems like Hearts of Iron 4 and Tiberium Wars is one of the two of the games that I can play and record and it doesn't drop frames. My CPU's up at 57%, but holding, which is good for an i5. Once Turkey's taken, I'll probably have to end the stream once we take Turkey, which means we get a full 2 hours to look at everything else, which will probably be control the oil trade, nod infrastructure, and taking Bulgaria, getting down this tree, finishing this tree off, and then peace through power. That's gonna be fun. I'm not, because the last time, well, as soon as I did that focus, also the Swiss joined the Allies, and it said, what? The Swiss joined the Allies? Why did the Swiss join the Allies? I mean, Switzerland looks like it's actually about to join the Axis, but no, it's fortified its border with Germany. See, that AI would only go to do one of these, and then we'll
they've actually gone down Allied Gold. So yeah, they're going to join the Allies as well. And it looks like they can actually go down here, go non-aligned, and try and form the Alpine Protectorate. But the road to 56 tree for Swiss makes Switzerland go so fucking crazy. But yeah, take a look at their focus tree. See what focuses they've done. Because if they've gone down to Allied Gold and then down to connect to the closer democratic ties, then yeah, they'll join the alliance, which is their focus to join the Allies. Well, or in my case, the democratic nation of the time, well, the most democratic, which is the Commonwealth nations for me. Or if France has its own faction, it will join a alliance with them. Spain relocates gold reserves. I'm under having a country as it's moving their gold reserves abroad for safekeeping during the Civil War. That's fine by me. They haven't done Allied Gold. What? They have to. What? They haven't done the Allied Gold focus? That is stupid. They shouldn't have been able to join the Allies then. They should not have been able to join the Allies. Because they would do purchase American planes, but they would still have to do Allied Gold to even get close enough ties to join them. I mean, if they did this, went down, share spy networks, it'd be good. But they haven't even done Allied Gold. They did purchase American air. They should not have joined the Allies. Why did they? Their only other option with that is to go to the other side of the tree and join the Axis. Because they can only go democratic or fascist. The communists end up breaking the tree. What? They went below anti-Nazi. So they banned Nazi propaganda. They went down here pro Helvetica. They adopted language, banned national movement for Switzerland. Which means they're still using their militias. That still make no sense, because for them to join a war, like if they join a secret pact, and Germany declares war on them for their focus, and they then join the Allies through that way, but they have the aggressive spirit of Helvetica, which is they've gone. What has Swiss done this run? Oh, my guys have just gone non-aligned. That's so odd. They didn't even get down here either. your Switzerland has gone mad, and it's on historical. Switzerland, um, Switzerland normally just stays democratic and fortifies every border they've got. That's so odd. I'd have to sit in a game and watch the like sit in a game as Honduras into the Banana Republic again and sit and look at what the Swiss are doing on historical, because that is strange. They in every game I've had that I've played historical, they have never joined the Allies. They've always embargoed the Allies and embargoed everyone else because they're at war, but I'm I don't see any other focus that will give them access to the Allies other than join the alliance, join France, or secret pact. Because they'd have to do any of this to, well, get any of this. Again, I still have to learn. By blood alone. I'd, I would get if they went down armed neutrality and Germany forced them into it by declaring war on them, but I'm guessing Germany didn't declare war on Switzerland, did they? Because otherwise, that would be the only other way they would join the Allies. No. um. Yeah, Switzerland's now a weird one. Since they've gotten the new focus tree, they've maybe, but I don't think so. Hmm. That is odd. And it's and Germany on historical won't declare war on Switzerland until they've defeated the Allies, which is normally with help of the player. So, unless it was one of Germany's stupid things that when they're losing, they declare war on some random ass country, which I've seen them do. That, I have no idea what could have made Switzerland go crazy. Let's see. Because I mean, because again, in all my games, Switzerland's always remained neutral. Because I mean, in this one, they're going non-aligned to try and form try and eat Austria, Germany. You going Austria? Yeah, they've gone down the Rhineland. They haven't done the Anschluss yet. They're going down their 4-year plan. Where is... There we go. Operation Tannenbaum. It's 1946, by the way. 1946, the Swiss are in the Allies and Europe, or the Soviet Union has the USA. That's so odd. I have no idea why they would do that. Because it's this focus down here that forces that can force Switzerland into the Allies, but again, you have to Germany has to do war with France, and then they can do it. That is so weird. Because I know for certain the UK doesn't have a. They haven't. They can do the King's Party. We haven't done it yet. They don't even have a focus that. Well, not that I know of. That forces that has them join. I know France doesn't, unless France had a revamp. Uh, I'm trying to look for a focus that would do that. Uh, yeah, I'm not seeing a single focus that would. Yeah, no, I have no idea how they joined. Because France doesn't have one for Switzerland. Germany's got one to declare war on them, but and Switzerland doesn't guarantee nations, so no, not unless the world tension's above 85%. I think they normally end up throwing them out. No, I'm pretty sure Italy does have a focus to sort like take them out. I've never actually played Italy, so I haven't even played. I think the first time I played Italy was before By Blood Alone. They've gone Defy the Deuce. Yeah, no. That's a strange one. Definitely, even for me, that's definitely a strange one. I'd have to look into it for you to see to see about that because I've not in my games have as Switzerland joined the faction. Even ones where I have declared war on them as Germany, they've never joined the Allies, either. I have had a game where they've joined the Comintern, while they're democratic, but other than that, I don't think I've had them join the Allies yet. But on that note, I'm gonna have to end the stream as it is. It's quarter to 9 here in the UK, so I'm gonna have to end the stream here. I'll try and find that out for you, real gamer, because again, I don't know much about uh, the Swiss focus tree, but if I can find something out, I'll let you know. I'll let you know in the next stream. Alright, I'll see you. I will see you later. Peace.